One of the biggest news weekends in a long time, Attorney General Jeff Sessions has fired Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe just days before he would have qualified for a pension as a longtime government employee. The official reason given is that an internal FBI office determined that McCabe wasn't forthcoming during an interview with the Justice Department's Inspector General, that McCabe made an unauthorized disclosure to the media, and that when speaking under oath, McCabe lacked candor. Donald Trump, the president, cheerleading the firing, immediately taking to Twitter and saying, Andrew McCabe fired. A great day for the hardworking men and women of the FBI, a great day for democracy. Sanctimonious James Comey was his boss and made McCabe look like a choir boy. He knew all about the lies and corruption going on at the highest levels of the FBI. McCabe is not mincing words. He's being super clear about what he thinks motivated this firing, the Russia investigation, in a statement saying they have every reason to believe that I could end up being a significant witness in whatever the special counsel comes up with. And so they are trying to create this counter narrative that I am not someone who can be believed or trusted. Now, even if you believe that what Andrew McCabe did, right, lacking candor in a public, in testimony, making an unauthorized disclosure, if you believe that stuff is a problem, and you may, the idea that this isn't political is absurd, right? Because Kellyanne Conway has violated the Hatch Act at minimum once or twice, if not more, no repercussions whatsoever. They had a serial wife beater who couldn't get a security clearance working at the White House for months in Rob Porter. They found out and they still didn't do anything until the pressure from the public became too great. They have cabinet secretaries outspending inappropriately on private airfare, first-class flights, $30,000 dining tables. But this is the guy that needs to be fired days before qualifying for his pension. And it's not even the broader administration hypocrisy, right? What about the laughable, specific double standard of Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, firing anyone for lacking candor? It's totally comical after his string of I don't remember anything ever, but yet still managing to lie and or forget, depending on who you believe, about his various meetings with Russian individuals. This is all meant, as Andrew McCabe is saying, to paint the FBI broadly, and specifically James Comey and Andrew McCabe, as not trustworthy. And the goal is to preemptively discredit Robert Mueller's investigation. Sessions was totally dishonest when he told senators that he had no communications with Russians. And then his explanations for why he didn't originally just tell the truth about that are even more ridiculous. And Trump has had his eye on getting rid of McCabe for a long time. Remember when Trump asked McCabe during that conversation some time ago who he voted for when they met? What this means is that Robert Mueller is getting very close, and the dominoes are going to start falling, and the picture is clearer every day. Because you might remember, and I'm not patting myself on the back for this, many people said it, when Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee put out a memo saying, we're done investigating, there was no collusion, Democrats said, wait, hold on, we weren't even consulted about this. We're on the Intel Committee. We don't think we're done. Never mind that we've even spoken to everybody we want to speak to. It was very clear that they were starting to panic, and now we're starting to see why. McCabe could have retired yesterday, Sunday, after more than 20 years of working for the FBI, and now his pension is at risk. There's one bit of interesting news, not to divert too much from the main storyline, but on the pension thing, there's a Democratic lawmaker who's offered to hire McCabe for a few days to get his time in service long enough to get that full pension. It's Congressman Mark Pocan, who tweeted, Andrew, call me. I could use a good 2-day report on the biggest crime families in Washington, D.C. And also back on Twitter as a result of this firing of Andrew McCabe is FBI Director James Comey, who tweeted that he will soon be talking, saying, quote, Mr. President, the American people will hear my story very soon, and they can judge for themselves who is honorable and who is not. Consider for a moment that all three people that James Comey talked to about his conversations with Donald Trump as FBI director have been fired. Andrew McCabe being number 3. Comey told his chief of staff, James Rybicki, about his conversations with Trump. He told the FBI general counsel, James Baker, about his conversations with Trump. And he told Andrew McCabe, the deputy FBI director, about his conversations with Trump. And all 3 have been fired. This is not normal. I do not believe in coincidences like this. And you even have a Republican senator, one that the right loves to hate, but a Republican senator nonetheless, Lindsey Graham, says it's gone too far, and he wants the Senate to hold hearings about this firing. He said yesterday on CNN State of the Union, I think we owe it to the average American to have a hearing in the Judiciary Committee where Attorney General Jeff Sessions come forward with whatever documentation he has about the firing and give Mr. McCabe the chance to defend himself. I believe when it comes to this issue, we need as much transparency as possible to make sure it wasn't politically motivated. Beautiful statement. I agree with it completely. But now we actually have to make sure that it happens, because Lindsey Graham has called for hearings before, or at least has said colloquially that something needs to be looked into in a nonpartisan way or a bipartisan way, and it just doesn't happen. And we know that in the current political climate, that's easier said than done. So very, very clear that this was not a firing merely for the reasons stated. This is part of a bigger picture to get in the way. Now, I'm stopping short of using the legal term obstruction of justice because that's for someone else to decide, maybe Robert Mueller or someone else. But this is certainly an attempt to get in the way of Robert Mueller's investigation, and we'll see if they get away with it. The video you just finished watching was made possible by you through the membership program. You can sign up for membership at davidpakman.com/membership. We are viewer-supported independent media. You can use the coupon code IVoted17 for a 40% discount off of your membership.